Okay, here we definitely have a level 9 question, and it does require, I think, to have a diagram. You're going to save yourself a lot of work if you do that, so please, 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 a question like this, draw a diagram. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is remind myself of that. I'm going to write that at the top of my question. I must do it, I must not do this in my head. Okay, right, so I need a pair of axes, won't I? I need to look at that line, 5x plus 10y equals 8. But I don't really have a feel for how that looks, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reorganize it into y equals mx plus c format, so I can know the gradient and the y-intercept. So I'm going to take the 5x over to the other side, leaving me with 10y equals minus 5x plus 8. I'm going to divide through by 10 now. If I divide through by 10, I'm going to get y is equal to minus half x plus 4. So now I know the intercept and the gradient. That's pretty helpful. So here's my diagram. You see, it's not a particularly fancy diagram, and I've marked on the 4 the y-intercept and the gradient minus a half, which is quite shallow but negative. So there we have that first line, L1. And now I'm going to look at the second line and think about that perpendicular gradient. Well, that's the negative reciprocal, isn't it, of the first line. So minus a half, I need to turn it upside down, the fraction, and change the sign. If you don't have a fraction, let's say it was a 3, it would become minus a third, it was negative reciprocal. But here, minus a half becomes 2. So my gradient is 2. So I'm going to use now a quick way of finding the equation of a line that has a gradient and a point that's known. We're told that this line goes through point 0.86. So the quick way of finding this line is to say y take away the y coordinate is equal to the gradient times by x take away the x coordinate. I'm going to write that down for you now so you know the formula. It's really worth knowing this. Y take away y1 is equal to m bracket x take away x1. That's the quick way of finding the equation of a line through a point. Anyway, so let's tidy up this second line. So y is equal to 2x minus 10. So I've got a gradient and I've got a place where it crosses the y-axis. It's minus 10. So I'm going to extend my diagram. It's not quite big enough. There's my minus 10. And I'm going to put a line that's going to hit that line perpendicularly, gradient of 2x. And I know that this is going to be a right angle there, isn't it? Because it's perpendicular. Okay. So now we're given more instructions in the question. It says draw on the line x equals minus 3, and we're given a few points to mark onto my diagram. So let's do that. X equals minus 3. So that's going up and down the page, isn't it? It's all the places where the x coordinate would be minus 3. Okay, I can send that, and I'm going to mark in the letters they want. Apparently this is point B, and where the line crosses the x-axis is going to be A. We've already picked up most of the marks in this question now, I'm sure, but let's finish it off, find the area of that triangle AOB. So I'm just going to remind myself, what's the formula for a triangle? Well, oh no, I'm going to put the coordinates of B first, sorry, yeah. So we know that when B is equal to minus 3, I need to find the y coordinate. Well, I've got an equation that tells me how to get a y coordinate. It says double it and take away 10, so that's going to be minus 16. The origin is obviously the origin, and the A point is when, well, that's when what? When the y is equal to 0. So if y equals 0, that means 2x equals 10, that means x equals 5. So I've got my 3 coordinates. Now I need to work out the area of this base. I'm going to actually shade in the triangle. There we go. So now I've got to find that area. Well, it's got a nice base, and we know it's perpendicular height because we've got the coordinates. So in actual fact, this is quite an easy triangle to work out. So I'll write down the formula: half base times by height. And I'm going to just mark in what I know. Well, I know the base. Well, okay, it's true I turned the triangle upside down, but the base is simply going to be 5 long, isn't it? From 0 to A, which is a distance of 5. and the height is going to be from the x-axis down to the point B. Well, we know the y-coordinate B. It's 13, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. It's 16. Now, I know it's minus 16, but just because it's the direction as well, but we just want the length, 16. And so half times by 5 times by 16 is going to be 40, and there we have it. I'm going to write a little sentence for my examiner. So the area of triangle AOB is 40 units squared. Right, and there we have it. So let's have a little look at the mark scheme, and it says, look at that last paragraph. Very few spotted the best way of working out the other triangle. That's a shame, because that's been a lot of work otherwise. If you didn't do that yourself, then in the mark scheme it shows you you've got the right answer. The answer is 40, so you'll know anyway. It does say as well that you need to draw a diagram, which is pleasing. Yes, you do need to draw a diagram. And yes, you've got the right answer, 40. And they've put in the effort if you didn't